You don't have to tell people, just show them the results down the road. And if they ask, you can tell them. But if they ask, it's because they're generally interested. The dark side was that I went from oversharing to now not sharing. So the problem was I also stopped bragging about myself. I stopped selling myself. And that's weird because people would be like, but you're a sales rep. You're like one of the top sales guys at like a top medical software company. How do you not know how to sell yourself? And it was because I was so adamant not to brag about myself, not to overshare, not to do things for other people's validation. I completely stopped. So the dark side came from that I became so private, so don't talk about any of my accomplishments. A lot of people started taking me for granted and underappreciating me. And that's a sad reality that you have to find a middle line, but it's a lesson. Like, don't swing the pendulum too far back the other way. There's a middle point, but you might have to at first to find that middle point. But I mean, I just know at work, like I literally had the best numbers on my team, yet I was still considered mediocre. They just didn't think about it. And then all of a sudden, I started speaking up after I started realizing this and telling all my knowledge and sharing my knowledge and my expertise and things. And all of a sudden, everyone's like, oh my goodness, you're a god. And that's when I'm like, oh, I should have been doing a little bit more of that from the beginning.
It's hard though, especially when you first start out on that journey. You know, you're trying to stay true to what you decided that you wanted to be and what you wanted to share and that you didn't want to overshare. And you just don't think about what could be the downsides until you basically run into the wall with those downsides. And then it's like, oh, wait, didn't mean to do that. So I'm glad that you shared that as well, because people definitely need to keep that in mind too if they want to go on that journey of not sharing those big moments. They also have to remember that there are some things that you may want to toot your own horn sometimes as well
Yep.
in those right times.